You know when you're watching a movie and you just think, wow, there are way too many extra scenes here? Well, it turns out chemical equations can feel exactly the same way. So today, we're going to be the director. We're going to create the director's cut of a chemical reaction and strip it down to what really matters.
So you look at a reaction like this, right? It's all fizzing and bubbling. It just looks like total chaos. And honestly, the full chemical equation we use to describe it can feel just as chaotic, burying the most important part of the story.
So that's the big question. What is the real story here? Don't get me wrong, full chemical equations are totally accurate, but they're often super cluttered with chemicals that are just, well, they're just hanging around, not actually doing anything. So how do we filter out all that noise?
Okay, to find the main action, first we've got to understand our cast of characters. See, when reactions happen in water, which chemists call in solution, a lot of the chemicals actually break apart into these little charged particles called ions, and those are our main actors.
So in an ionic compound, think of something like salt. Hits the water, it doesn't just sit there, it actually dissociates. That's just a fancy way of saying its crystal structure literally breaks apart, and all the individual ions just go for a swim, floating around freely in the water.
Let's take regular table salt, NaCl. As a solid, you see we label it with a little s. But the moment you add water, that's what the AQ stands for, it dissolves. And now it's become a solution of separate sodium ions and chloride ions, each labeled AQ for aqueous. These are the individual actors now on our chemical stage.
Listed are the main sites for the heading discussed. Note them specifically since they are highly relevant for exams.
Now, here is the secret to cleaning up the whole mess. Just like in a movie, not every character gets a speaking part, right? Some are just extras, kind of filling out the scene. Well, in chemistry, we have the exact same thing, and we call them spectator ions.
So, what is a spectator ion? It's really simple. They are the ions that are there at the beginning of the reaction, and they're still there, completely identical at the very end. They don't change. They literally just watch the action happen. And that is the absolute key. They are the audience watching the main event. They are the extras on our film set. Now, they're important for, setting the scene and balancing charges, but they are not part of the core plot. So, to get to our director's cut, we have to edit them out.
These are the vital facts linked to this section. Study them thoroughly as they are vital for examination point of view.
So, how do we actually do that? How do we edit them out? Well, there's a really straightforward 4-step method that lets us turn any cluttered equation into a sleek, focused, net ionic equation. And that is our director's cut.
This is basically our editing process. Step 1, write out the full script, the balanced equation. Step 2, break down our cast into all the individual actors, or ions. Step 3, this is the fun part. Identify and get rid of the extras, the spectators. And finally, step 4, write the new, streamlined script. Let's see how it works.
All right, for our first example, let's take a look at the reaction between a piece of solid magnesium and some hydrochloric acid.
Okay, so we've already done step 1, and here we are at step 2, where everything that can be an ion is written as an ion. Looks a little busy, doesn't it? On the left, we've got our solid magnesium, some hydrogen ions, and some chloride ions. And on the right, we've got magnesium ions, the very same chloride ions, and hydrogen gas. Can you spot the extras?
If you look really close, you'll see those chloride ions are perfectly identical on both sides of the arrow. They start as 2 chloride ions and they end as 2 chloride ions. They haven't changed one bit. They are our spectator ions, so we can just cancel them out. And look at that. Here's our final result, the net ionic equation. Now the real story is so much clearer. A solid magnesium atom reacts with 2 hydrogen ions, turning into a magnesium ion and forming a molecule of hydrogen gas. It's clean, it's simple, and it's all action. Let's do one more, just to make sure we've got this down. This time, we're looking at a reaction between aqueous chlorine and potassium bromide.
So again, we're on the hunt for the spectators. And yep, there they are. The potassium ions, the K+, are on both sides of the equation, completely unchanged. They're just there to balance the charge, so we can edit them right out of the picture.
And once we remove them, you can see the real chemical trade-off happening. A chlorine molecule is basically swiping electrons from two bromide ions. In the process, the bromide ions become a bromine molecule, and the chlorine becomes two chloride ions. That's the heart of this reaction.
Okay, for our last example, let's check out a special type of reaction called a precipitation reaction. And this one comes with a really cool shortcut. First off, what even is that? A precipitation reaction is just when you mix two clear, watery solutions together, and they react to form an insoluble solid. We call that solid a precipitate, and it literally just falls out of the solution.
Now you could totally use the full four-step method we just learned. It works perfectly. Or, for these reactions, you can use a shortcut. All you have to do is figure out what the solid product is, and then just write down the ions that came together to make it as your reactants.
So for example, if we make solutions to make solid iron 2 hydroxide, we just use the shortcut. We write that solid as our product. Then we just ask, what made it? Well, 1 iron ion and 2 hydroxide ions. So we write those as the reactants. And that's it. Done. Pretty elegant, isn't it?
So let's wrap this up. Net ionic equations are a director's cut. They help us trim the fat, remove the extras from the set, and let us focus on the core plot, the actual chemical change. They give us clarity by showing us only the particles that are truly part of the transformation. And that kind of leaves us with one last thought. This whole process, filtering out the noise to find the real action, that's not just for chemistry. It's kind of the foundation of all science. It really makes you wonder, what's the next complex system out there where we can find a simple, elegant story just by learning how to ignore the spectators?
The screen highlights important terms for this topic, arranged based on various exam boards. These keywords require strong focus during preparation due to their importance and must not be overlooked at all. Additionally, there is a past paper review for each board and paper category. Pay attention to this as well, it will greatly enhance your preparation. Moreover, try to understand how each keyword works in context instead of just memorizing it alone. Practicing these terms regularly in past questions will improve your accuracy and exams outcomes.
Please subscribe our channel to get more educational videos. Thank you.